Punk Revolution now. It's time for a Weezer review. We're reviewing the last review of the 2022 year is gonna be a Weezer review. We're putting the mushroom hat on because that's how much I love Weezer that we put this makes my hairline look horrible. Why didn't anyone say that when I put the mushroom hat on that it was gonna freaking make my hat look horrible? So we're doing a Weezer review, last review of the year, and you're probably wondering, wait, you already did your best albums of the year list. How are you gonna do a review after you released your best albums of the year list? And maybe the new album you're reviewing, maybe it would have qualified to go on the best albums of the year list, but you reviewed it later. Hey fool. I already put this EP on my best albums of the year list because Weezer has released a quadrilogy, is that a word? 4 EPs this year, each representing a season, a very ambitious project with about a story about Dante's Inferno and going into heaven and hell and falling in love. Rivers Cuomo of Weezer has, oh yeah, check this out, I'm wearing my freaking Van Weezer sweater, so you know I'm a big Weezer fan. Anyways, yeah, so well, you know what? You already know it's good I put it on my list before I listened to it, but that was a smart decision because I just knew before even this came out that Weezer was not going to let me down. So, let's start by taking a look at the album cover. This is a pretty predictable album cover because every single album cover of the season's quadrilogy has been featuring this freaking Rivers Cuomo statue falling on the ground and is in the environment of what season it is. Fall, summer, spring, winter. It's snowy, it's winter, so it's gonna have snow on it. Predictable, it's cohesive with the project. So what is Weezer bringing to this winter season's EP that makes it different from the others? Well, I gotta say, every single EP, it is a surprise. It's kind of like a mystery package of candy. You open it up, you don't know what flavor you're gonna get. You're gonna see Weezer attempt to try to somehow convey the moods and emotions of a certain season musically, which is actually a lot easier said than done. So for the winter one, I'm hearing a lot more like fuzzy Weezer guitars. You know, I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe the fuzziness of the guitar filling up the entire kind of headphone space. Maybe it feels like a blizzard or a snowstorm. Some of these melodies here actually do sound like maybe a little bit like Christmas melodies, you know, like they're trying to subtly bring that in. Like, listen to the melody of Dark Enough to See the Stars. Like, if you just took that melody and isolated it, it could totally be like a holiday jingle song where the school choir is singing it. And then there's also like a little bit of jingle bells coming in here. So I guess, you know, they're just kind of putting a little bit of tinges of wintry kind of vibes going into it, but then there's a lot of lyrics that have nothing to do with winter whatsoever. I have no clue how it's supposed to relate to the other EPs in this release. Like, why is there lyrics about wanting a dog, lyrics about not being good at basketball, and then lyrics about feeling suicidal? That's a repeated theme I've noticed throughout these EPs. There's lots of lyrics about feeling suicidal and in total despair, and then there's lyrics about being bad at basketball. I don't really know what to make of it. So it's like you got this like weird, just Weezer trying to do this ambitious project that's a cohesive across 4 EPs, trying to incorporate this, you know, these wintry vibes, you know, and no explicit lyrics about winter, just trying to like give the winter vibe, and I feel like they did it pretty well, which is kind of weird. But ultimately, you know, if you take a step back, the fuzzy guitars, more than just the fact that I feel like it's trying to make like a Blizzard-esque feel, the fuzzy guitars and the acoustic drums and stuff, production-wise, this is the closest I've heard to their Blue album, production-wise, from Weezer in a long time. You're not gonna get Blue album songs, because a lot of the Blue album songs just kind of, well, I mean, the Blue album and this EP both have incredible guitar work, but this album, it's contemporary Weezer, it's modern Weezer, it's a part of their season's project, and this EP is frankly just a lot weirder than anything on the Blue album. We're actually going to get some progressive rock sections. Like, a lot of these songs will be in 3/4, and then in the second half it goes into 4/4. Weird lyrics about wanting a dog, lyrics about Iambic Pentameter. Clearly Rivers Cuomo has all this creative juices and influences flowing from the Bible and Shakespeare. What is going on with him? This is a weird release. It's just this like who is this for? Why are you putting these like epic, freaking insane, explosive guitar, progressive rock, time signature changes that are just like beautiful, some of the best guitar work I've heard all year, and then melodies and lyrics that sound like they're for 7-year-olds, like a coach singing to you like, oh, we're gonna have a good time playing basketball, cheer up, I'm the coach here to provide you comfort and confidence. And then you have, I mean, it's just like they're putting so much love and creativity and effort into these songs. Like you can hear banjos coming in, you hear these freaking guitar riffs that is like lots of like dubbed over guitars, and they have a choir of children singing in the last song, which is so like prog rock, lots of prog rock influence coming in here. It's confusing. The talent in this EP, they're playing all these complex time signatures and awesome riffs and stuff. These songs are harder and more complex than the Blue Album, okay? Production-wise, I'd say it's pretty much very similar to the Blue Album. Maybe the Blue Album is just, you can't really compare to the amazing production of the Blue Album, but, you know, it's like basically there, all right? Rivers Cuomo, great voice, everything is just like there to make an outstanding release. And then they are doing a lot of really cool creative stuff. Like the second half of Iambic Pentameter, where you just get all this sort of like, okay, the song was in 3/4, now it's in 4/4, now we're doing all these kind of like, dun, 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 it's like Rush influence, like it's seriously very progressive rock influenced. And then the Deep and Dreamless Sleep, the last song on this EP, is like one of the very best songs from the whole 4 EP trilogy. It just feels like there's this like urgency of progressive rock. It almost reminds me a bit of like something off like My Chemical Romance's Black Parade, where it's like, you know, epic guitar rock music with an edge that's like kind of opera epicness. I like it. I mean, I actually don't like it. I love it. As a guitar lover, I love it. So like they're just doing so many cool things, and then like I feel like their mental illness is they're just too mentally ill to like keep it together, because you have all these cool like, wow, you did a really interesting way of incorporating Jingle Bells into your album, but without it being corny, to give it that winter vibe. Wow, you're bringing in Blue Album, but making it a little bit more progressive. Wow, you have some amazing, like, you know, crescendos and epic guitar solos and time signature changes. Like, you're doing a lot of cool stuff. The production is a lot better than the previous EPs. And then you're just gonna do a lot of weird, what are these lyrics? What are these, like, how am I supposed to, like, who is this for? Who is this for? The lyrics are for fucking babies. I just cussed. It's like, it's just, do you understand the frustration when there's things you hear in this EP you love? Even the song about like basketball, like that melody just, why is Rivers Cuomo singing so passionately about being bad at basketball? That's really what we have here. You almost had something magical here. You almost had a cool EP that's Blue Album meets progressive rock, but you literally were too mentally ill, and just like you're just like, it's just too like it's just like there's too much ambition. This is Weezer. Take a step back. Weezer, look at what you're doing. You're releasing seasons EPs. Okay? You don't need to like put a freaking statement about how being bad at basketball as a child and wanting a dog has something to do with Romeo and Juliet fighting a war against the ancient Greeks or something. I don't know what the hell you're saying, because you guys are talented. So just focus and chill with whatever the hell you're doing. And that's the thing, is like it's too galaxy brain. I don't know if my critique of this album is it's too galaxy brain or just too stupid. Like they need to try to be less stupid at certain points, and they need to try to be less smart at other points. And I guess that's my whole critique of the 4 Seasons EP. But ultimately, I love it. Like I love the melodies, I love the production, I love the creativity. Even though they're going overboard, trying too many things, I just like can't help but respect and just love the watching the process of Weezer just trying different things in the studio across 4 EPs. They clearly have no limitations, just want to experiment. And I love the guitar work, and I love the versatility. And like I said, it's like a mystery candy pack. Every EP, you never know what you're gonna get. So I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. I told you in my best albums of the year list I was gonna give this an 8, and I knew it because it was an 8. I knew before it came out, because that's how I feel about all the EPs. They're about an 8 out of 10, some higher, some lower. Great job, Weezer. Weezer, you're torturing me. I feel ashamed by how much I like this band. Like, this is like the definition of a guilty pleasure. And I don't believe in guilty pleasures. But Weezer forces you to feel guilty, Because Weezer is messed up like that. That's my review, folks. Last review of the year. I love Weezer. I love Weezer. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me. I have my Van Weezer vinyl somewhere. I can't find it. But you can see I have my Van Weezer sweater on. So that's all I have to say. Cannot wait for 2023. Thanks so much for sticking around, watching my videos, watching my video reviews. Like, comment, subscribe. That always helps. I always appreciate that so much. Shout out to Weezer. You are full of magical tricks and spins, and this is like this is a whole new wave of progressive rock. So progressive that you can't even process it because it's both too smart and too stupid at the same time. So maybe I'm not smart enough for it. That's all I have to say, folks. Thanks so much for watching. Punk Revolution now.